Hey, what's up guys? So I promised this is going to be a really quick one. Now I managed to quickly squeeze in a comparison between the MSI Aero RX560 against the Zotac GTX1050 Ti. So you know what, let's go check it out right now. Alright, first up is the RX560. Now about 2 weeks ago, I had a look at the same exact card and you can check them out in the link in the description below or at the top right of the video. Anyway, a quick recap on both cards. Externally, the RX560 doesn't look any different than your typical 90mm single fan GPU. It fits perfectly into any setups, including an ITX case. The RX560 has a stock core speed of 1196 MHz, which is 21 MHz more than the reference card. It has 4GB of DDR5 RAM, and this specific model, the ITX MSI Aero, has a memory clock speed of 7000 MHz and 1024 stream processors. Given the fact that the RX560 doesn't exactly have a power connector, it's pretty much a self-powered GPU at only 80 watts. The Zotac 1050 Ti Mini on the other hand is pretty identical to the RX560 with a single 90mm fan and also very identical overall dimensions. The 1050 Ti in this video is the non-overclocked version, which could potentially give the RX560 the upper hand. The 1050 Ti clocks a higher base clock speed at 1303 MHz and a boost clock of 1417 MHz with 768 CUDA cores. Compared to the RX560, the 1050 Ti has a slightly lower TDP at 75 watts and only a 300 watt has been claimed to be more than sufficient. Both card features 3 display inputs, each having a DVI, HDMI and a DisplayPort. There are no backplates present on both cards. Alright, so now the overview is done, let's have a look at the results of both GPUs running 7 titles of our choice. Based on the results, it's pretty apparent that the 1050 Ti pawned the RX560 on average frames per second running on low to medium settings. But the one that I want to specifically point out are the clear leads by the 1050 Ti, which is Tom Clancy's Wildlands, which was pretty much due to the fact that the 1050 Ti probably runs at a higher clock speed despite its lower power requirement compared to the RX560. Battlefield 1 2 took a massive 31 frames per second more than the RX560, which also means that you probably have a better war experience on the 1050 Ti instead. Even on GTA 5, despite the RX560 being beyond playable, the 1050 Ti delivered better results at 102 frames per second on average compared to the RX560 at 89 frames per second. The RX560, however, gained approximately 18% more average frames per second on Doom. Now the driver optimizations definitely sort of helped the Nvidia to sort of close the gaps, but Doom still takes the lead only due to Falcon. Do bear in mind as well that the MSI RX560 is slightly overclocked compared to the reference edition, which like I said earlier could potentially have given the 560 an upper hand. From a cost perspective, the RX560 is priced at 689 ringgit, which is slightly cheaper than the 1050 Ti at 719 ringgit. But these prices, however, are not a constant due to the whole mining boom, and I like to see their prices go down a little in Q1 2018 onwards. And of course, this is me being a little bit more positive and hoping that the whole supply and demand gets a little bit more stable next year. So in summary of my little short review, I've used both cards for the past week and suffice to say that the RX560 is definitely way better than its predecessors. Yes, of course, from a price perspective, you may get some savings compared to the 1050 Ti. Now some may say that the difference in FPS is quite negligible, but for me the results are a clear indication that if you have the extra budget to spend on the 1050 Ti, you should probably go for it. The MSI Aero RX560 comes with 3 years warranty and the Zotac 1050 Ti has a total of 5 years including the extended warranty. So for those who still want to stick with the RX560, like I said in my previous short review, they could actually definitely, I would say, reap the cheaper benefits of FreeSync and the fairly intuitive Radeon Relive software. But personally, for me, that really isn't a deal breaker. And as much as I like to favor the RX560, in comparison with the 1050 Ti, my expectations weren't actually met. So from a casual gamer's point of view as well, like myself, the 1050 Ti does fit in pretty well, and especially if I'm looking for a long-term purchase, I like to see more value of course. And of course guys, let me know what you think about these two cards as well, and do share your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Alright guys, that's all I have for this little video, and that's all I have for this year. Now, if you have any other questions, drop me a comment in the comment section below as well. A big shout out to eTechPC for sending over the MSI card and also the Zotac card. Link to purchase in the description section as well. Now, if you have any other questions of personal nature for some weird reason, drop me an email as well. I'll be more than happy to reply you. Of course, give me a big thumbs up, or if you dislike this video, give me a big thumbs down. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video, which is next year. Bye bye. My hair. Aduh.